Good, good evening, everyone. I am going to start my presentation. I'm Lexin Chepkoech, and we are going to present on staff organization. And we will be starting by definition of terms, where we will define organization, organizational structure, and supervision. And I will define organization is deciding how best to group organizational activities and resources. And then the organizational structure is a set of building blocks that can be used to configure an organization. And then we have supervision, means to oversee the action of work of a person. Then we will go to the next subtopic where we'll have the qualities of a supervisor. Anyone qualities of a supervisor? Gloria? Should
Good should have good communication skills.
Then Penina?
Should be honest.
Yeah, sure. Anyone? Karen, do you have any addition? Okay, I'll take you through. A supervisor should possess a pleasing personality and good temperament, be a person of high integrity, have the ability to think independently and profit by experience, be able to judge things objectively, be honest and loyal to the organization, have a good health, manners, and emotional stability. And then you should have empathy and emotional intelligence. And then the last one should have a good communication skills. For an organization to move smoothly, you should have good communication skills to enhance feedback. Okay, we'll go to the next one, where we'll have factors to determine the number of staff required for an establishment, where we have one, style of service. The style of service used by the catering establishment will determine the number of staff employed or required. The second one, the type of clientele. Service is done in many establishments, both welfare and commercial. Hence, clientele require high level of contact while others don't. Then the third one, we have type of nature of establishment. Many establishments differ in terms of classes, service offered, and the nature of clients being catered for. Then we have the organizational structure. Provision made in the organizational structure of different organizations will also determine the number of staff required. Hence, structures are decided by the policymakers in relation to the type of establishment, nature of clients, menu offered, and many others. Then we have the service equipment and the level of technology. Establishments which have embraced technology and mechanical equipment will require less staff than those still using manual equipment and process of operation. We'll move to the next, duties and responsibilities of a food and beverage personnel. What are the duties of a beverage manager in the catering establishment? Okay, anyone can add up on before I take you through.
To control the establishment.
Yeah. Anyone?
That budgeting.
Okay, that's the correct. We have the budgeting, As a food and beverage manager, you should enroll budgeting and know what are required in your establishment. Then we have quality control. Should control all the in and out that are carried in the industry or establishment. Then we have manpower development, compiling new menus and wine lists. He or she is in charge of coming up with menus, the wine list, that is required in an establishment. Then we have contributes to the setting of catering policies. We have formulating, planning, and overseeing control system by monitoring costs and profit margins. Purchasing of all materials, both food and drinks. He or she in charge of purchasing. Then we have coordinating all aspects of food and beverage operations. Then we have determined the portion size in relation to the selling price. And the last one is evaluating systems and keeping the top management informed. I think we are okay with the duties and responsibilities of our food and beverage personnel. We are going to the next, where we have attributes of food and beverage service personnel. Anyone with a clue of attributes of a food and beverage personnel, just according to your understanding? Anyone? Yeah. Any additional?
Food and beverage personnel should be loyal.
Yeah, should be loyal. Okay, thank you. Let me take you through where we have the first one, professional and hygiene appearance. Should ensure that their hair is well groomed and tied at the back. Teeth should be brushed before coming at the workplace. That's generally according to the hygienic appearance, all from in and out appearance. Then we have knowledge of food and drinks. Staff should have knowledge on food and drinks available so that to advise the customers the type of food he or she wants to take. And then we have punctuality. Should be observed all the time and ensure that duties are done on time. And duties are done on time and properly. Then we have personality. Staff should have pleasant personality, must be tactful, courteous, good-humored with pleasant, well-spoken. Attitudes to customers. Correct approach to customers is of the most importance, hence must anticipate to customers' needs and wishes. Then we have loyalty. Staff should be loyal to their establishment and its management. As you know, this is the one that portrays large and tells about a person. Then we have the last part where there is classification of attributes of a food and beverage personnel. First, here we have 3 types, where we have physical qualities, mental qualities, and moral qualities. First, we go to physical qualities. These are personal hygiene, professional appearance, and punctuality. Then we have the mental qualities, where we have memory, knowledge of food and drinks, and sales ability. And then we have the moral qualities. Moral qualities, these are like honesty, loyalty, all that comes and portrayed from the inside of a person. Okay, thank you for coming up at this time. I think we are end of it. Anyone with a question before we part? Is everyone okay up to there?
Yes, I am okay.
Okay. Say thank you. I appreciate, and let's meet the next time.
Welcome.
Nasikia kama inasikika.